Hi, Assalamualaikum. Okay, today we continue with the chapter 2 in the plant engineering for air conditioning system. Okay, in this part, we're going to look into the system itself and the basic operating principle for air conditioning, and also to identify the type of air conditioning and also its application. Okay, these are the common air conditioning that you have around you. Okay, we have the shielding unit. Okay, we have the stand unit. Also, we have the split unit. Okay, so all of these are the kind of air conditioning around us. Okay, what is the function is to dehumidify dehumidification of the indoor air, and then to stabilize the air temperature, okay, to cool off the building or the vehicles, okay, in the car, so and through a refrigeration cycle. Okay, the basic principle is to remove the heat indoor and transferring out so the room stay cool. Okay, these are the basic component that you will learn, okay, how the refrigeration cycle work. So we have evaporator is very important. We have condenser, okay, goes to the condenser, and then this what we call expansion valve and go back to evaporator. It's a cycle, okay. So this side is to absorb the heat from inside, and then this part is to release the heat outside. Okay, so these are the system. And refrigerant is the substance or we call it fluid that we use to do the work of absorbing heat and also releasing the heat. Okay, it will change from vapor state and go back to the liquid state. Okay, that's how it works. So we go detail after this. Okay, these are the system. These are the schematic diagram. Okay, we start with this part. These are the common air conditioning in your home or in your office. Okay, it start from the evaporator and it absorb heat indoor. Okay, so it absorb heat indoor. And then the refrigerant, okay, the substance inside this piping, it will become vapor. Okay, it starts here from liquid and then goes into evaporator and then absorb the heat indoor and then it changes to vapor. Okay, it's in the low pressure and then it goes to the compressor. Compressor will have the suction line, okay, to get the vapor refrigerant into compressor. And what happened? It become high pressure, okay, and also the temperature. And then it goes to condenser. Condenser is this one. It's usually outside the building. Sometimes it's at the rooftop and sometimes it's on the outside. All the time it's outside. Okay, you cannot keep it inside the house. It's going to heat up. So what the vapor refrigerant do at this part, in condenser, there's a blower and the refrigerant will release the heat outdoor. So you can feel it. There's heat coming out from the fan here. Okay. So the refrigerant will turn into liquid after goes into condenser. Okay. Here it goes in as vapor, and when the release heat, it become liquid state, and it's in the still high pressure. Then it goes to the expansion valve, and then in the expansion valve, it will reduce the pressure and also the temperature will reduce. Okay, and it goes back into the evaporator. So the process is going cycle. Okay, so this part, we absorb the heat, compressor, and then we go for condenser to release the heat, and then go into expansion valve and go back to the evaporator. Okay, this is very simple cycle. Okay, let's go one by one. Evaporator is to absorb heat from indoor. Okay, these are the inside part of your air conditioning unit. You can see there's a evaporating coil. Okay, the refrigerant will come inside in liquid form, and then when it start to absorb heat, it will become vapor. Okay, so the heat will is absorbed, at which the low pressure is removed. The vapor at the low pressure will remove and then goes into the compressor. Okay, next we talk about compressor. Okay, compressor to draw the lower temperature in which the vapor from the evaporator, okay, into the suction line. So since it's a low pressure, so it have to suck all the vapor refrigerant into the compressor. Okay, and then what happened inside the compressor, the temperature will go up. Then they transform the vapor in from a low temperature to high temperature. So in condenser, the temperature also going up. Okay, the pressure and the temperature goes up. And then the vapor is released to the compressor discharge line. Okay, and they are going into the next part. Okay, these are the compressor. Okay, then it goes to condenser. Condenser is the part which the heat is released outdoor. Okay, you always see this outside the house, outside the building, and this one is usually for the bigger system in which it on top of the building to release the heat. Okay, so the heat is extract from the vapor refrigerant so that it will become into a liquid state. Okay, after they release the heat. Okay, so this is where the process begin. Okay, so compressor goes into condenser. Okay, reject the heat, taking out the heat, and it goes to expansion device. All right, what is expansion device? Expansion device is located at the end of the liquid line. So the refrigerant has changed into liquid state. Okay, and it reduces the pressure of the refrigerant. Okay, so before going back to the evaporator, the temperature and also the pressure must be reduced, and then they pump into the evaporator. Okay, and it goes around and around. So again, going to evaporator, going to compressor, going to condenser, and going to expansion valve and back. Okay, so it's a cycle. And let's look into refrigerant. What is refrigerant? Refrigerant is type of substance. Okay, it have a very special characteristic in which it's most of the aircon unit using a chemical named puron, or these are the chemical name, and it's hydrofluorocarbon. Okay, and it's in the gas, it's in the gas tank here like this. Okay, so they have to put the refrigerant into the system, so it's very important to have the refrigerant. Okay, these are the full explanation in which you can find it in the notes, okay, on the refrigeration cycle. Okay, so it starts again from the evaporator, so it goes around, and okay, it's continue here, so you can read from the right up here. And let's go to the type of air conditioning and its application. We have the window air conditioner. Okay, this is more on the old school type of air conditioning. Okay, we always, okay, this one is not really used, it's rarely used now. So most home or office, they have the split air condition. Okay, because it provides flexibility, and you usually, this is the indoor unit, okay, and this is the outdoor unit. Okay, and package air conditioner means that it's for a bigger building. Okay, So they have a bigger unit of condenser, and also for a bigger unit of evaporator. And then these are the centralized air conditioning system. This one is for big building, okay, like office, tall office, okay. So they need a bigger system in which they can provide the air conditioning for the whole building, okay. All right, move this a bit. So these are the 4 type of air conditioning based on the how big is your area is, okay. So you need to choose the right one. Okay, let's go one by one. This is the window air conditioning unit. Usually it positioned at you located at the window, so that this part, the front part, is the evaporator, and at the back is for the condenser, okay. Usually a single box, so you have to position the condenser outside, okay. It's for single room. For a small room, I think it should be okay. Okay, this one is the famous one. We see it everywhere. Split air conditioner. It 2 parts. One that fit indoor and outdoor. Indoor is the evaporator or the cooling coil with the fan, and for the outdoor unit we call it condenser with the fan and expansion valve. Okay, so these are the system. You don't have to make any slot at the door or at the room, so they just use the piping, okay, at the wall from this indoor unit to the outdoor unit, okay. It can be used for a bigger area. And usually if you want to cool more bigger area, you use the package air conditioner, okay, air conditioner like this. So it's for bigger building, so you have a bigger condenser, okay. And these are the central air conditioning system, centralized. So they have a HU and have all the ducting, okay, all the unit, okay, on the ceiling. So these are the central air conditioning. This one is for the big building, hall, hotel, movie theater, okay, factories. They are using central air conditioning system. Okay, these are the application. Okay, aircon is used in the vehicles, okay, in the train, in the aircraft, in the residential building, in the factory, stadium, everywhere. Okay, everywhere, almost everywhere they will have air conditioning application. And these are the questions we will discuss in the live session later on. Okay, so I see you in part 2.